everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and this is Lounge with Lizzie. But I have no theme song. I don't know what to do there. One day I'll figure it out. Anyway, I was playing with makeup today, and I actually put like glitter for your eye on my lips, so I can't get it off. It's okay though. It's a cool effect no matter what way I turn my head. But anyway, if like a weird reflection off my mouth happens, it's because I have glitter on there. Your camera's not weird. Also, today was 420, and you know, it's hitting my vape. So it's a little smoky in here for a second. I only vape, but I slept most of the day, so this year's 420 was a womp womp. Anyway, I hope yours is good though. I just had sinus shit that time of year, right? Anyway, this is a past life therapy session. In these sessions, I'm going to talk about one version. Sometimes I talk about multiple versions, but usually it's one version of a life that you previously lived that is going to relate to your life that you need to know now. So I'm going to bounce between your past life, and then we're going to flip and talk about you now, and I'm going to, while it's all relevant, so I'm not going to just like do your past life reading and then do a reading. It's going to be a compare and contrast all the way through. I've been doing these privately for people. I used to do them a lot more, just random collective readings like this, but I wasn't getting a lot of views about them. Asia's popping, but that's not going to be one of my precognitive ones. I just feel like it was meant to say that for my Asian community. I feel like you should stick around. Anyway, precognitive stuff, I'll shuffle this deck. This one is, it's over there. It's my past life, I didn't make it, past life oracle deck. I always like to, as I'm shuffling, think of the cards and pick out 3 that I think are going to come out to test my skills, my psychic abilities. It doesn't always work out. Most of the time, at least one of the cards does, but some not always. And not always in this deck. Sometimes it comes out in my other decks too, but I like to get in there and test myself. So let me just shuffle and see. 2:17 on the clock. Something about St. Patrick's Day. I'm feeling a Celtic vibe here. Asia did pop. I'm going to put that one up there, but that was Spirit's pick, not mine. So I picked Celtic, Asia. I do feel Egypt vibes again, but I'm not going to say it. I feel like Egypt is connected to a lot because it's the most relevant to this time and what a lot of people's past life journeys are connecting with. So I feel like a lot of my readings were connecting with people's Egyptians, Latin, or Greek. All the stuff we learned in school, we learned it for a reason. Spirit works in mysterious ways. It's above my pay grade. So we have Celtic. I'm feeling the persecution here, kind of getting a Salem vibe. Or persecuted for beliefs here. Almost like Buddhism. I know there's no Buddhism card, but I'm kind of getting that. That might have been the Asian vibe I was feeling. I'm getting the hunger card as well. So we have persecution, hunger, and Celtic. There's a lot of famine in Ireland and Scotland. Mother, High Priestess. So either this was you and you were a feminine female, and you were High Priestess. This could be a nun, or just somebody who knew a lot about the gods here, or this was your mother. Forgiveness. Unrequited love. Wars and battles. Scribe or writer. No, mother and father. So I really feel like you did have parents. I do feel like you were close with both of your parents, which is, quite rare. A lot of past life readings, I get a lot of like one parent died of famine or you're an orphan. So I just feel like I just want to say I feel like you had a mother and father that you were very close to. I'm not exactly sure if they loved each other, but they at least treated you good. I do feel like they loved each other. I feel like this unrequited love is probably like you had a karmic in your life, and we'll be talking about that. So in your time, there was definitely wars. We have trees, so I feel like you were some kind of earth healer, or the persecution vibe I was feeling could have been by hanging. Galactic, so yes, referencing you are a starseed still. Authority figures, ooh. This is why I was getting persecution. One of your parents decided who lived or died. They like were the judge. Like whatever spiritual belief, wherever you lived, this person decided who lived or died. But I feel like this is like you can't carry the sins of the father. Like you weren't being karmically punished for. Sorry, it's getting cold. I turned my heat off because I'm a cheap bastard. But it's still, you know, cold. So, bathrobe again. I feel like this was like you were innocent. Maybe you didn't know that growing up. Or your parent didn't really decide to kill people. I feel like they might have been like, let's let them live. Or they could have been involved in a war crime. Maybe one of your parents you were close to. I'm kind of getting like some of this is a civil war and then some of this is like much older. I don't know which way we're going. I'm going to let Spirit... With this galactic here, you've had more than one life. So this could be one where we're talking about 2 points here. Well, let me narrow it down and see where we're at. Egypt. I told you. It comes out and everybody's reading. Alright, so it's ancient. It's older than, that's all that was referenced to me. And yes, as I said, this is everybody's point of reference for a lesson, because what Egypt was struggling in their society has a lot to do with what we're struggling in ours. There's a lot of synchronicities. There's going to be like a lot of alien shit going on. Tell me more about this wars and battles. Native American. So you were fighting for your home. I don't feel like you were a Native American because I don't feel like you were in America. You were just native to the soil. You were defending your home, or your parents were, your people were. So your place where you lived was attacked. Male, female, yep. So you were straight. They're referencing that. Vows here. So you did take vows. You were married. You did have a spouse. Finances. So I feel like with that flip-flopping, there was like points when you had money and points when you didn't. Some psychic abilities for sure. Phobias. I just feel like that's a part of the time you lived through famine. Medicine man, definitely shaman. Spirituality and religion. So I feel like one of your parents was like in communal living. I feel like your parents ran a church, to be honest. I feel like that's why the persecution came in, because the church was law then. They decided who lived and died. Everybody had to give them money. So if times were tough, money was low. If times were good, money was good. I just feel like it is all centered around like a communal system. Like you were the wise woman, wise man. You had many gods. It wasn't like just one god. You had to defend yourself. Maybe your like land was taken over. What's this writer or scribe? Knighthood. So I feel like you did. I kind of feel like I'm getting male vibes. And if you were a female, you pretended to be a boy to fight. I feel like you were like an early journalist. I feel like you were documenting the battles and like spreading the news up the line. Yeah, monk and nun. So I feel like maybe you didn't fight. With this knighthood and nun, you could have been like a traveling doctor for the war, or like gave people their last rites. Oh my god, Celtic and farm. So you definitely knew how to grow food. You were definitely a part of biblicals popping to me. So I just feel like famine was your thing. Like your biggest struggle in your land. Something that I do feel like you took over leadership for your parents. I don't know, maybe you were like some kind of royalty and ship. So you did leave home, or you were taken as some kind of slave here. Let me get one more. Oh my, okay. We have Asia in reverse, but it did pop. I don't feel like they're saying it is Asia, but I feel like some of the culture references will be... They took you from Asia. Maybe you were from Asia, like Chinese slave route I'm hearing. Egyptians were taken as slaves as well from their home, but also used in their home. I kind of feel like this is a reference to that, your country, wherever you lived. I do feel like you stayed there, but people were taken as well, or you might have been there for a while and then moved on. So yeah, definitely ancient here. So ship was the main transportation. You did have a baby. Yeah. And health. You were a healer. I feel like your spouse died. Or your parents were persecuted for a war crime. Well, let's get some more. I don't know what I said came out. I don't remember, but I hope some of them did. I know the Celtic one, persecution. I forget my own precognitive shit, guys. It's been a long day. All right, let's talk about where to go to first. I just want to lay down some details about your life. This has everything in it. It could be looks, where you lived, how you lived, what kind of controversy you were, what people thought of you, anything. I channeled all these myself. Oh my god, way too many. Female, so you definitely were female here. Okay. You owned slaves. Oof. Yikes. And the plot twists. I was kind of hoping those vibes, food and hunger, that famine is popping. I was kind of hoping those vibes of like feeling your parents judging life with like if someone should live or die. Like I was hoping that they would have a conscience about that, but I kind of seeing this as a different side of things. I think that if you cared, you cared. If you didn't, you didn't. Okay. You were a royal, yeah, so definitely I did get into that. I felt like your place of your land was attacked. You had to defend yourself. You owned slaves. You issued them to war. You had famine. You had disease. You had killer looks, so you're a very attractive female. I'm kind of getting like Cleopatra vibes. We have friends with benefits, which is funny because that's kind of how the Mark Anthony thing started. Lives in chaos. Teacher, wise leader. Yeah. You were a very spiritual person. You could commune with spirit, which made you seem wiser than, you had a connection to source, like your parents. I kind of feel like your mother was persecuted, and I don't feel like you ever forgave. I feel like your land was taken, and I feel like in that battle, I feel like your mom died, and either like your dad conceded and folded into their ways, or your dad died too, and whoever took over like only had it until you were of age or something. And I feel like you always knew the truth that this person kind of had your mom killed, because that's how it went back then for power. I don't feel like your mom would conform. She was very much this visionary. She saw ahead what would happen to the people. She saw ahead about the famine and the war, and like, no, you're going to kill my country, you're going to hurt my people, you're going to put us in chaos. Your mother predicted all of this, and they killed her for it. And then you grew up and, had to take leadership here. You chose love over money and success, and ended up more successful and rich than you could ever imagine. Oh, wow. And you were female for the time. That's balls. Think about any kind of like royal female. They were arranged marriage. Like, it was a business proposition. Your vagina negotiated trade routes, and you weren't a person. Who could birth the best, you know what I mean? It was disgusting back then. But for you, you were this visionary. I think your parents were in love, right, wrong, and different. Whatever they did during their life, I did see a happy family. Them loving you, being really, really good people, and you seeing love, and that, like, whatever happened with your parents, that was always a guide. Like, maybe you promised your mother that you wouldn't, marry for purpose, or in honor of your mother because they killed her. You decided to. Ooh, loudmouth. Yeah, you were pissed about your mom. Your mom foresaw everything, and they called her crazy, and you watched her hang, and you loved your mom. Your mom was a great mom. You loved her. I kind of feel like they killed your dad too for something about the war, because I kind of feel like your dad lost the battle, lost control here. Maybe to like a brother or another successor. I don't feel like they lost to another country. I feel like they lost to another person within your own country that wanted the throne. But with you being young, like, you were the natural heir, and I don't feel like they could get away with killing you, or maybe they didn't want to kill you. You got lucky somehow because you grew up, which doesn't happen a lot in these situations, especially in Egypt. But I feel like it's because you had something about you. Even when you were young, you were like an old soul, and you were counseling who was in charge. You lost your baby. So I do feel like you had struggled to have children, and back then, being a royal, that was like, they viewed you as like somebody being punished by the gods. You worked in medicine and wanted to save lives. And I also feel like you worked with maternity medicine as well. I'm getting that. You were a good parent, so you did end up having children. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing you like in an early like spiritual bath. I feel like maybe you felt someone did spiritual work on your womb, and I just see you releasing it, and then you got pregnant. So you could have been somebody very, very, very spiritual and powerful with that high priestess. Your mother's spirit could have told you what to do, or you learned it from her, and because of it, you were able to conceive. Maybe conceiving that child is what sealed a better fate for you, like with a better partner. Maybe you didn't mean to fall in love with this person. Maybe it was a slow progression. But I kind of feel like, I'm kind of getting the vibe that when you married this person, it was for your survival. Like, you were struggling to hold on to your power, and a woman without a king, or even if you were like second in line, they would still kill you because, you were close to the throne. If you didn't have a masculine to protect you, and that you were just vulnerable. So I feel like in that sense, you just wanted to marry. And I think you did pick someone that you got along with, that like had a similar moral compass. Like, you didn't want to marry an asshole. You wanted to make sure they could take care of you. But I think when you became a parent, when you birthed your child with this person, I think you really like fell in love. with each other through this child. Like, wow, like becoming parents like changed. I don't know, I just see a big, like, I think you understood your mother in a new way. Or it made you connect to your mom more. And I think your husband was good to you. I don't feel any bad vibes at this point. You faced great adversity in your life and found very resilient and intelligent ways to overcome and rise above it all. I feel like you found a way to grow food when it was... You helped people with... Under this food and hunger was arts. I think you had like actors and people in your country travel to other countries to like donate, get money, like come see a show and donate money for our hunger pretty much. And through that, you know, cured people's, or I'm kind of getting like Patch Adam vibes. Like a lot of your country was hungry and starving and you did what you could and you were working on it, but you also like wanted to uplift their spirits. You could have had vision problems. There was no law and order in your time and no laws and rules. I feel like you, as each ruler stepped up, it was created, whatever they wanted was dictated, and when that person died, it was like the slate was clean, so there was always like... There was no official constitution that everybody followed. It was just whoever the pharaoh was and whatever the pharaoh wanted. You had siblings. I kind of feel like you were the only one to live out of your siblings. Maybe this whole war for the throne was between you and your siblings and not like uncles. Maybe your siblings were older than you. Friend-zoned. I feel like you had a great love, but they... narcissist. So you did experience rejection in your life. You fell in love with someone either you weren't supposed to, or it wasn't... Unrequited love did pop. So what is this narcissist about? Is this like someone in your life or for you? I was feeling karmic energy. Very trusting, cheated on spouse or was cheated on, and you were in times of an empire. So it could have been Asian times and it could have been, you know, Roman times, and it could have been Egypt. But you were way back in the day. They're just specifying. I kind of feel like you were a cheater, and for the time, you know, that was highly insulting. That's why this narcissist was here. Early divorced. You were an activist. You always objected the rules that killed your mother. And like, you never agreed with men taming your sexuality, even in these, you were a badass woman. Yes, fierce. Even like if you're a man now, this could still be you. I've seen past lives with me as a man. But if this is vibing for you, if it's hitting your soul, then this is definitely you. And these are going to be main references as to why we need to talk about this and compare it to your life is what we're getting into next. Any more details that we need to know? You grew up very hard and should have gone very dark routes, but your good heart and ambition turned the tides and you got out and changed your life for the better. So you got out of the royal family. You married out of it. You didn't want the throne, so you left the crown. I think you gave it all up. I think you gave up all your money, all your position. I mean, obviously as a royal, you're not going to walk away poor. Like, you're going to take your gold or all your gowns or whatever it is that you can sell. You're not going to walk away with nothing. But I feel like you walked away, and that's what saved your life. Like, your siblings saw that you were in love, and I think you left your country then for love. Maybe you ruled a different country with someone else. Hunter, good tracker, outdoor knowledge. knew how to get food. You were a survivor. You knew getting out of that royal family was the only way you were going to live. It was going to be a continuous murder bath until there was the last person standing. Did something big in history in your life. I just feel like you lived like a man. I'm a priest and nun. You rejected sexual beliefs. Like, you raged against the machine. You're open with your sex life. You loved. You were a lover. And back then, sex was just a purpose to make babies. And you were like, I beg to fucking differ, bro. Died in a crash or explosion. Had a lot of siblings and lived longer lives with them. So some of them did live. I think you didn't have much of a relationship once you left because of power struggles, but I think you did help each other because I do feel like you married someone else who ruled another country. Probably did far better than the country you're from. It's like you one-upped your siblings. I feel like you died in a ship explosion, to be honest, not like a crash. You were persecuted for your beliefs. You ended up just like your mother. In the end, you were persecuted for being the loudmouth, just like your mother. You were well supported and looked up to in life, but you would change the game for women of your time, literally. Invented something useful in your life. I feel like it had something to do with medicine. Maybe you invented a way to cure famine, or you invented a way to grow food. You had very long hair. Recovery addict. You liked the mead, I'm hearing, so you were a bit of a drinker, and I feel like that's where a lot of your sex stuff came from. You married a stranger, but grew to really love each other. Oh my God. I love how they back me up. So yeah, you married for purpose, for betterment, but when you had that baby though, and I feel like for some of you, you had like a miscarriage first, and I feel like something about the sweetness of like when the said husband, like when you lost the baby, they were very sweet and comforting. That also helped. You survived a giant natural disaster. I don't know why I'm seeing volcano or just like a fire. All right. Let's get some details about your current life. Just trying to pick which one I should use. Alright, this will tell me how we can compare and contrast. Let's jump into current times. Let's talk about your life now. So you were in a power struggle with your family, or you're just trying to figure out where to go in your career and how to better your life. You did something out of purpose that ended up being mutual and beneficial in the heart space. It produced solid fruits, if you will. But you overcame a lot. You had a lot of controversy. So let's see what your life is looking like right now. Optimism. You're going through a hard time, but this is the same kind of optimism you had in your past life. Do you see how green and luscious, like, we can plant, we can regrow, we can rebuild from here. You might be in the position just of some kind of leadership. You could be in the farming industry. You could be helping businesses get off the ground. You could help people love themselves. You could be a healer. I'm just getting a lot of earth energy. You're very hopeful, and you spread hope, and you're optimistic. Oh. I'm getting like grief counselor vibes, but it's like you as well in this life have taken a lot of losses. You could have lost a parent. You could have lost your mom very young, or felt your mom was persecuted in some way. Oh my God. I picked up the deck and this was under it. And mentor in reverse. Like, yeah, they didn't have enough time here to teach you everything they wanted, but oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so here's your mother. They're very abundant. There's this magical healer, and people get freaked out because your mother was very gifted. So the gossip started. That's what ended up killing. Oh my God. Oni, are you okay? Furball? She was a healer, and her powers were so strong, and like she was a powerful manifester, and she manifested for the people who paid for her services, so they deemed her evil pretty much. She was teaching you this in secret because she knew you were a gifted child, but she didn't want the world to know. Your mother was considered a goddess, gifted like a demigod. Like people felt like because your mother was so beautiful and so powerful that she was a god and not human. So I feel like this upset other people who were in position and who wanted the throne. Like your mother was winning hearts, and she was both feared and respected because she was a teacher, and she rebelled against, just like you, was a loudmouth and would protest against things that weren't fair and wanted to heal people from within and got people talking like we deserve better and we want more money, and they were kind of like Robin Hood, steal from the rich to give to the poor. And obviously if you're from a royal family, that's going to piss people off. But I feel like your mother was a truth teller, was a whistleblower, was definitely a light worker, and was trying to guide not only the people in power to do better, but for the people to demand better as of their leaders. Yeah. To take out the king. Your mother was plotting to take out they were the mastermind. They were trying to take out all the evil family members to get someone. I'm not saying to get them because I'm not feeling that, but to get a person of light in position of power that they could learn from and be comfortable with them in the seat. Because I feel like when your parents died, you were young. You couldn't be Pharaoh just yet, and the people wouldn't accept it. So you wanted to put someone that would, one, give up the seat when it was your time without a fight, and someone you could learn from like your mother was supposed to. Again, with addict and reverse. So now we're coming into today, and I'm feeling the same vibes. You're sticking to yourself here. You could be a Virgo in this life. You could be of royal, well, you're still of royal descent, but you could be of the upper elite in life, from a well-off family, but you could keep that to yourself, or this could be you trying to break away from that and like kind of earn your own way. You're not trying to like live off your family's money, because I see you building something for yourself, and I feel like this is very similar because in your past life you walked away from the royal family of your day for love, which really doesn't make sense when you think about it, because it said that you married a stranger. Maybe you made it look like it was love, like you had to convince someone you were in love with them for their hand, or to ask for your hand. But it was like, at first it started off as a ploy, I'm feeling, but then you actually fell for this person. And this person, I feel like, was doing the same thing for you. I feel like you checked all their boxes. This was a noble, somebody who, I don't feel like they were of very high quality of royalty. I don't think you were trying to get out of what you would consider the death race. You were very wise in the sense that you knew if you had a crown on your head that you weren't going to live long. And you wanted to actually help people, and you didn't think you could help people from the royal family. So this is like getting with a general of the army so that you can work with the soldiers, or getting with like the landlord of the village that collected all the taxes, and to be able to help the villagers. You wanted to help in a smaller level without, like, I just see you kind of like wanting, and back in your day, move to the suburbs suburbs and be like the mayor of your town. This could be you now. You could be like trying to just get out of this fancy life or this chaotic life. It doesn't have to be well off, but you feel like your life is chaotic and you got off track and you want to just walk away from a family situation or walk away from money to do your own thing. It's going to take a loss to do what you love to do, or people are going to view it as a loss, like you're stepping down, but you're optimistic. You know this is what's best for you, just like in your past life you knew because you knew people were out to get you. You knew that power struggle was never going to go away. Even if you made friends with them, they still were going to kill you because of the blood you had in your body, and people just genuinely liked you, like they liked your mother. You were beautiful. You couldn't be the Samaritan you wanted. You genuinely cared about people, and you didn't want to be like a snob and live up with the nobles who had no respect for the slaves. Like, that was of no help to you. You wanted to be a genuine Samaritan, and I feel like this is the same vibe for you now. You don't feel like you're able to help, or you don't feel like you're in the path of the light where you are. Maybe you feel like somebody took you off your character, or you're in a job that's just not what your purpose is. So you're in that same place you were in your past life of, where do I go from here? Like, this isn't my thing. Messiah in reverse, you're just referencing that wherever you were is very evil and toxic, and staying there would either literally be death, or you would lose your soul. You wouldn't be able to go your own way. You wouldn't be able to do your creative projects. You wouldn't be able to make your own money and have your own say. I feel like you'd have to like kind of march to the beat of someone else's drum. Maybe you couldn't raise your child the way you wanted to, or you just didn't want to have a child in this environment because everybody was killing for power. With this bunny here, you could have been pregnant when you decided to leave. Like, no way am I bringing my child in here. Yeah, because the exorcist, like, this place is evil as shit. All these people are bullies. They'll kill me. They'll kill my child. And I had a horrible childhood, and I'm not doing that to my kid. And I feel like this is a lot. If you are a parent, I feel like in some part of your life right now, you're leaving something, or you took them out of a situation to better them. That's also connected to your past life. Let's get some more about your current life. I can see how it's all interweaving here. We have the sacred temple. You are still a very spiritual person, but I feel like you're not so loud about it in this life. It's more private, or you had to follow a specific religion. Just like if you were born into a royal family, you would have to follow specific order and rules. Like, you had a specific type of upbringing, just like in your past life, that sets you apart from other people. Like, there's a nobility about you. Like, if you came from money, like, you had to grow up eating and acting right, and, prim and proper, anything like that. Creative endeavor. You left to do something to make your own money. You wanted to make your own mark, and I feel like whatever you were in was hindering that. Or they were taking your money, or they were taking credit for your work here, or they just weren't allowing you to be a creative person. You had to hide who you were. You had to play a part here. This could be a relationship where you didn't really love someone. You were hopeful that it all looked good on paper, but it didn't end up being good. You could have lost a job here. Anything. It's like, you have to hide emotions. You have to hide pain. You have to hide who you really are. You have to hide your passions wherever you were. And you just got to the point where this happened. I don't know if you've currently walked or if you are walking, but we have great gratitude and the loving man. You wanted to love yourself. You wanted to find a loving connection, because there was nothing of love growing where you were. Whether this was family, you were trying to be safe. This was about security. protecting an investment, protecting someone you love, protecting your family, protecting something that you had always been grateful for. And I feel like this stems from your mother. I feel like you lost your mother as well in this life, or a parent, or both parents. You were grateful for this person. This is like your light, your guide. And I feel like for a long time you played it safe, fearing, because of your past life and how you wound up just like your mother. And this life you're feeling like you're going to wind up just like your mother. So I'm not really sure how your mom died, or if your mom didn't die, you're just feeling like maybe you're going to die young, or people are just going to take it from you. Let me get a clarifier. Am I reading this right? Sometimes I'm like, oh no, let me get a clarifier. Why are we playing it safe? Milestone and status quo and letting go. It's like you couldn't outshine, or it's like if you were in a family business, like all your money, like even if you were the main breadwinner, if like you worked on commission and you were bringing in the most money, everybody wanted an equal cut even though you were doing majority of the work. Or you felt threatened, or you were physically unsafe. There's like a sneaky energy. Maybe it was like, anything you can do, I can do better. Like if this is like a wealthy family, you're always like talking about your successes and your money and your business deals, and this just is disgusting to you. You wanted to let it go. Like you want to be a real person with real things. It's not just about appearing like you're happy. You want to genuinely be happy. You wanted to genuinely be in love. You want real love. Or this is why you left, like your past life. I don't feel like you left for the love of the person. You left for the love of the opportunity, and perhaps this is why you're leaving or left. Yeah, you left to increase your life, your better chances. Where you left your home to go to was where you could be fruitful, where you could be yourself, where you could do your own endeavors, where you could make your money, where you didn't have someone breathing down your neck, where you could just be and exist. This is very much like your past life. I see why they're comparing it. The loving woman and fragmented energy. The loving woman, the loving man. Again, referencing you entered something with false pretenses, or you weren't really in love, or you could have met somebody, because divorce was referenced here. You could have cheated and fell in love with someone while you were already in something. Or someone could have cheated on you as well. There's that cheating energy. I'm not sure which way it went, but cheating was oh my god, my nose is itching. This is on fire for someone. What is this fragmented energy? Professional assistance. So I kind of feel like you meet someone, like you get married, you're like in something, right? I don't know if this has already happened in this life, if you're already married. Sorry, my nose is on fire, like itchy. I feel like you were married. Loving man, loving woman. This is like a like commitment, moved in, married, might even have kids. You're going about your life, and then maybe you meet someone either on social media, someone you were networking with. You could have met at a party. Like you didn't mean for them to walk in your life. You didn't mean to cheat or fall in love. But you slowly, I feel like, or you're wondering if you should go there. Give me more. Ascended Masters. This is the lesson you needed to learn. Either this is a repetitive cheating karmic, and you're always meant to learn the truth of a person so that you walk away towards somebody that you meet. Or you're always supposed to meet someone who enlightens that your relationship isn't real. Maybe you believed your own delusions, and then you started to see the truth of what real love was through whoever this light was. It doesn't have to be a person. This could be you elevating spiritually. This could be you working with a therapist and going through therapy and realizing maybe you married someone who was toxic and just doing the inner work yourself. It doesn't have to be another person necessarily, but this is you seeing the truth of something not being real. Just like your past life. I did work out for you in your past life. You did fall in love. It was fruitful. So let's see. Taking steps. I feel like you're divorcing, and that was referenced here. I do feel like in your past life, although you fell in love with that person you had a child with, I don't think you stayed with them. So if you have children with someone, you could have like had that relationship where you are very in love and then you break up, and then you're in love and then you break up. And it happens until that last breakup happens, because you just, like, you're seeing the pattern. Like, it's high and it's low, and it's an extreme for both, but it's never a happy medium. And that's the decision, the realization that this person is always going to be, you know, a tornado. We're toxic for each other. It's always going to be a navigation, and I don't want a relationship that's hard like that. And this is the realization you come to either by meeting someone who you have a friendship with, and by them accepting you, and like maybe you're dating someone that always thinks like your ideas are stupid, and then you hang out with someone and they're like, oh my god, that's such a good idea, and you're like, you know what I mean? It's like somebody waking you up to how you should be treated, or you waking yourself up that I want the real thing. I want to be happy. And the longer you stay in something that's not real, the more your life is falling apart. This is where you're at currently, I heard. So this is for people who are, you know, really miserable in their job and thinking about a career change, or they're really miserable in their relationship and could possibly be in love with someone else, or just want to find real love. So let's see what I can say from here before we get back into the past a little bit. Why is this playing it safe again? You were so worried about security in your past life because everything was a power struggle. Everybody was out to kill you. It was always like you're either important, you're either the beloved, or you're irrelevant. And this mentality has come with you through every single lifetime. So you always pick people who are safe, who are always going to be easy to manage. Like if you have to be stuck with someone, you're going to be stuck with someone that you can control, because they're always out for something. This is the dark thought, the repetitive pattern that you repeat, and that keeps you from a lot of your success, and that keeps you from choosing right the first time. This is why you play it safe by sticking in these dark thoughts of, I need to pick someone who's easy. I don't want to love someone too much where I lose control. And this is why you always choose your karmic. They want to please you. They work for your favor. They practically wipe your butt for you. They might be challenges, but at the end of the day, you know this person is always going to do what you want. Like you're always going to have the upper hand. It's not that you don't love them or that you're not attracted, but it's not fire. It's not magic. And you know that from the jump. You have to convince yourself even from the beginning. It's like you're deluding yourself in every life that this is the safe bet, that this is the right thing for you to do. Oh my goodness, Kitty, do you have some advice for us? That's Luna. She never talks. And it's 3:03 on the clock, like the real clock. Oh my god, that's an animal message. She's a cat, Egypt. Maybe you have a connection to animals. The loving woman came out under happy success. This is what does it. If you're like a man and you're attracted to a woman, this is you coming across like somebody you just can't resist, that spirit puts in your path to wake you up. And if you're a man who likes a man, it's a man. Like, this is somebody, the one coming into your life. The one comes into your life a bit later when you're already in something. Every single time, it seems. Oh dear. The higher self. It makes you check yourself. It makes you ask yourself, what kind of partnership do you really want? Do you want the real deal, or do you want the fake shit? Because Spirit's like, you can have either way. Every life you lead, you can play it safe. Your life is still going to be good with that karmic. You're gonna feel unfulfilled, but it's going to be comfortable. It's going to be fruitful. And, you know, it can still be fun as long as they're not like a dark, evil karmic. You all know that the longer you stay stuck with a dark, evil karmic, your life's going to turn to shit. But for the karmics who aren't ruining your life and you just picked them because they were easy, you were playing it safe, the longer you stay in that, you know, you're always going to be asking yourself, what if, what if, what if? And that's that spirit. That's your higher self. Like, why don't you dig into that? Why are you pulled in this direction over here towards an Empress energy? Somebody you want to grow with. Somebody who you feel is your happiness, your light. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, I accidentally hit pause. I was like trying to fix the cord. But it's like asking yourself, like, although this person is scary because you have to leave your comfort zone, you have to leave playing it safe, you have to leave not knowing how it's going to end up, not being able to control someone, and, you know, that's going to cause a lot of fear. But there's so much fun with this person. There's so much growth and adventure, and it awakens you up to a whole new life, and it makes you change everything about yourself when you meet the one, no matter who the one is. This person comes into your life to spiritually wake you up, to help you know your guides. But I feel like you do also maybe work together or are meant to build something together in every life. And this is Spirit giving you what you deserve, because you go through a lot of deception. It's like either the karmic you end up with first is like a money hungry person, and they like take your empire down. They could give you, like back in the day, they could have killed you and gave you famine, you know, just horrible shit, cheated on you, was just out to level themselves up, and it was never about love. Like, there's always some kind of fuckery that goes on, and there's always some kind of fuckery that you give out, pretending for a minute that relationship or that karmic isn't what they are. It's like you go through this whole period of trying to paint them what you originally wanted, or you're trying to save face, if that makes sense. But then you go through that whole change in yourself, like, you know what, I'm done covering for you. This is the truth of the situation. I'm miserable. I found something that I like, and it slowly wakes you up to loving yourself, and I deserve this, and this is what causes the movement in your life. It's meeting this person. And this is what levels you up spiritually, and I feel like your career in some way enhances. Yeah, your life gets better for you or your person. There's a definite reference, like you're from very different places, so you might have to move. Or one is just like better off than the other. One might be more successful. One might be able to help the other. But I feel like when you come together, not only do you walk away from this deception in your work and love life, but in comes your one. I just see like this as like a power couple. I know that's like so cheesy and cliche, but I feel like you work together and build things, like entrepreneurship here. And you either both have to let go of relationships to be together, or you just really had very difficult lives, so that you're both very humble and sweet and very good to each other, because you know what you want and what you don't want. So let's talk about more about your energy as a person back in the day. and then we'll talk about you as a person today. This will be personality, how people see you, all that good stuff. The joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Yeah, they saw you as a self, like somebody high vibrational, always smiling and happy, and knew how to get yourself out of the jam. People came to you for a lot of advice in hard moments in their life. You were very motherly and warm. They just felt like you were an alien. Like, how do you know this? It's so helpful, but how do you know this? The Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. You were very protective of people you love. People ran to you for help. You worked with children as well. You were a very good mother. Very beautiful. Or handsome. But I feel like in this life you were a female. Mary Magdalene. So, again, very sexual energy. People kind of looked... There was people that really were like, rock on, sister, and there were people that were like, what a fucking whore. I mean, ain't that the truth? There's always a fucking hater, but I just see you as this badass bitch that was not gonna... You like sex, so you wanted to have sex. Home health aid popped. I was getting into jobs. And roofer. Although these didn't exist back in the day, it's going to help me a little bit see what kind of coworkers you had and what you did. I figured I might as well get this out. When you moved and married, what did you do? School teacher. So you did work with kids. They did reference that. Could still be a school teacher today or a spiritual teacher. Event directors, that makes sense for a royal person. You could still be a really good host or like to host annual events. Detective, so you could be a police officer. You could be very good at technology like you were back in the day. You put clues together. I don't know why I feel like you were a good map maker. Sports coach. I just see you working with kids back in the day. Like, you probably taught early sports, early physical education, and you could still do that today. We have vice principal. You co-ran something with your other half. Definitely took care of a school. Like, you were definitely early. Like, I want the kids to grow up with good brains, which is great because not many rulers back then made education a priority. It was all about work, putting them out in the fields, and you were like, no, the kids need to learn how to read and write. We have stuntman, which obviously didn't exist back then, but I did feel like theater vibes. I do feel like you love to entertain your people. I feel like you hosted like Christmas plays, stuff like that. Seeing the bigger picture, you were somebody with that foresight though. Strong psychic abilities. You could still have that in this life. Great advice. Again, people came to you when they were hurting. You could be a counselor today. Personal trainer or dietitian. You were an early shaman and you were teaching people nutrition and how to eat properly and how to use things around to fix medical issues, and you could still be doing that today. You could even make like your own protein shakes or smoothies or anything like that. I just see you in the past life for always trying to make people eat healthy and get out and get active. DPW, which is like trash removal and stuff, that wasn't a thing back in the day, but I feel like you were very big in teaching people sanitation, especially in the medical field. You could have invented something there that helps people stop spreading diseases, like maybe you invented the mask, which would highly be relevant through COVID, you know? Holy shit. Let's see if I can turn this down a little. Glare's killing me. We have producer. So clearly they didn't have any cameras back then, but I feel like you were good at like charity, like spending things like, everybody get your purses out, you know, these kids need new shoes. You know what I mean? You were like a good promoter, especially for the kids. Let's see any more with the life purpose. Body work again. So yeah, your physical fitness is going to be relevant through a lot of your lives. You're just a physical healer. You could be like a masseuse, a massage therapist, a nurse. But yes, you always change your career, and this is where you're at. I feel like it's not just love for you guys, it's a career. You find yourself in walking, you have to learn to support yourself. You always have to walk away from financial support, family support, where you're from. It's like it takes walking away from everything and literally transforming your body and healing. Working with crystals, I feel like is something you do in your life as well, or you should. My face is itchy. Family. So you did have a family back then, and I feel like you do now, or you will. Family, you're always having children. This is a repeat. Your spirit babies always return to you. I see a boy and a girl here. It doesn't have to be that exactly. Yeah, you always produce your own wealth. Don't ever worry about that. You walk, like the card said, you walked away from everything. You chose love, and because of it, your life turned out better. But it's not the initial love that you pick. It's always that person that comes in and wakes you up, and you have to walk away from the life that you built to walk away from something else. So you walk away from something twice. Whew, that's rough. I've done that a few times myself. Talk to your angels. You always have guides, and in this time especially, this is what the advice is to you. Light and love. That light worker comes into your life. This light work, like, I just feel like you're supposed to do something creative. You're supposed to create together, whether that's create children, whether that's create an empire, whether that's create love. Whatever you two coming together is the infinite abundance that teaches the world something. I just feel like world shifting vibes by either something you create because you were an inventor in your past life. Let's talk about this life. Let's talk about rebirth. Yeah, this is where you're at. You're either already met this one and you're already in motion towards them, or you're deciding now. Music, it's like facing the music. It's like, all right, I gotta let this go. You could be telling that other person you're leaving them. You could literally be doing something in music. And we have forgiveness. You will get forgiveness for facing that music. Like telling the truth. Like, I know I said we were gonna be forever, and I really thought we were, but this was the right move for the time, but I'm not that person anymore. I kind of feel like you're having that moment with the karmic. I think you want forgiveness from this light worker. Yeah, karmic completion. Maybe for taking too long. Maybe for being coming at you in an unhealthy way, or coming at someone in an unhealthy way. It's like I need to apologize. Or you want to face the music and close this karmic completion out with compassion and do it in a healthy way, especially if you have children. But you're getting signs, just like you were in your past life. You're getting signs that it's time to rebuild. It's time to face the music. It's time to, it's better to ask for forgiveness than to never attempt at all. And it's time to get away from this karmic. Yep, you are currently taking leadership like you were in your past life when you decided to give it up, not for the first time, but for the second time. Admitting you were wrong, that you picked wrong, that you didn't have it all figured out, and that's all right, and forgiving yourself for it and being like, see you, bye. I'm going towards my true destiny, no matter who's got what to say about it. Good for you. Yeah. Parenting, though, you might have kids with this person, or this is you reparenting yourself to not be a people pleaser and to not want to live your life to other people's standards. Creativity. Yeah, you're a very creative person. I think you're meant to do something with kids in this life. Maybe you're going to do like a cartoon, or you're going to have like a kid show, or you're going to be a teacher, maybe an art teacher. Something with your intuition here is pulling you towards working with children, to surrendering this karmic situation and giving it up. That's where you're at this time. So, let's dip a little bit back. Let's talk about the spiritual side of your past life. Moon stag. So you weren't like somebody who practiced their gifts publicly, mostly because of what happened to your mother. I think you kept it on the DL. It's not like you hid it, like you would help people, but you didn't like wear the cloth. Stargazer and moon dreaming. Okay, so you definitely had psychic abilities, precognitive abilities. You were very into dreams. I think you were like a really early dream decipher. I think you were a medium as well. A channeler, powerful channeler. Definitely communicated with the dead. Very strong personality. But again, like people saw you as tiny. You could have been very petite. You're kind of like Mighty Mouse. Wolf moon. You were a powerful manifester. It's like if you called on it, it came to you. Moon dust. They saw you as like favored by the gods of your time. So let's talk about you now, spiritual wise. New moon. You're a new person, new you. Could have gone through a physical transformation, maybe transform your body, or this is about partnership, wanting a new relationship, new start. Milky Way, you're leaving something behind, you're going in a new direction. That's like fool's journey to me. And you also are trying to manifest. You are a powerful manifester. Ask and you shall receive type of shit. That's still present. Dreamweaver, yeah, you definitely are somebody who is a big dreamer, follows their dream, and can literally manifest it. You're a powerful manifester, yeah. Wishmaker, damn, powerhouse gifted. All right, let's talk about your personality back in the day, some attributes about you. These can be good or bad, that's mixed. Back in the day, way back in the day, what were you like? Childish. You took a little bit to mature, but I feel like that comes from hurt. You were pissed off about your mom being murdered. It hindered you growing up. You were attractive. That came out again. Peacemaker. You weren't a vindictive person. Attorney, paralegal, or judge. Yeah, you fought for people. Obviously, there was no law and order. They referenced that, but you tried to create some. Spacey, you were always up in your head. A bit of a loner. Innocent. People saw you as, like, sweet. Captain of the team. A good leader and authentic. Somebody very real and owned who they were, like a boss. Nice, I like it. Nothing negative came out, but let's get a few more. Social climber, so they saw you as someone trying to get out of your situation and better your life. Polite and lovely. Very sweet. Oh, good listeners popping. Not a bad word about you. You are very beloved. Let's talk about now. What are you like today? Team player. Look at you. Team captain, team player. Still a good motivator. Works well with others. Still happy and peaceful. Good vibes. Star quality. You could be a celebrity, or you just, again, with that good look. Like people are like, ooh, who is that? You got it. Whatever that is, you got it. Crusader, you're fighting. I feel like you stand up for the little guy, or you're working hard. I see you as an activist. Good morals. Angel. Oh my goodness. Dreamer. Troubled. So they see you going through some tough times or just had a bad go of it. You're very truthful, authentic again. Woo! And sexy. I mean, you're literally the same person. I love it. Let's see how people... let's get in a little bit of fun before we close it out. These are like characters. And since we're both masculine and feminine, I'm going to draw one from each. How people saw you in your time. How they would have described you back then and now. So back then we have Spider-Man and the Godfather. So definitely a leader, a little bit of that respect but also fear. And Spider-Man was always helping the underdog. And feminine energy for back in the day. Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek, a little bit ditzy. Boop. Like maybe you were just very in people's face. Wichita from Zombieland. You didn't let people get too close, but you were very protective of your family. And then Lindsay Lohan. So I feel like you had a few, and Deuce Bigelow was popping to me. So they were definitely a reference. You got a little loose when you got drunk. Let's talk about now and your masculine energy in this life. Mr. Miyagi. So very, very, very guru vibes, very calm, cool, and collected. And Aladdin maybe came from nothing and built yourself up. In your feminine energy today, we have Annie. Like rags to riches, like you built yourself. People see you as somebody who's very sweet. Maybe you're a singer. Babs Bunny. So very curvy, very voluptuous, nice, sexy, attractive voice. Ooh la la vibes. That sex appeal, though. Collective. I like this for you. So if they had to describe the love that you choose in your past life that worked out for you, that you risked it all and end up getting more for, how did they describe your relationship? Sarah and Derek from Save the Last Dance. I feel like you guys were partiers. You could have been mixed biracial, different countries, two worlds coming together. Chris and Bruce Jenner, prosperous family, built an empire together. Maybe there's like secret cross-dressing in the bedroom. No judgment here. Or you just allow them to be themselves and wear women's clothing. Marshall and Lily, how I met, well, in the past life, that was probably more common than it is now. Marshall and Lily, how I met your mother. That's friends, like have a strong friendship group. Are the couple like that everybody looks up to in the friendship group. Let's talk about now. When or if you pick this person, well, how are people going to describe your relationship? Lucy and Ricky, very funny. Maybe they feel like one of you is a bit weird or a bit hard for the other one to handle. Or like make people giggle. Lucy, some slaining to do. Oh my God. Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, but I don't feel like it's you two fighting. I feel like you've got a lot of haters that just, people are like, I can't wait until they break up. Ew. With that energy. Haters. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Oh my God. This is your karmic shitting on your own reading. So there's a warning here, and I feel like this is coming from your past life self. You might have to go through some like legal shit with your karmic, and they're gonna like make your new person look like a bully or look like a homewrecker. Ew. Bitches. Alright? Alright, so these are like TV shows and movies. I want to see what your life was like back in the day. All together. Like full picture. The Avengers. So you worked with like your friends and you were always helping the underdogs. You were always fighting and bucking the system for change. I love it. But the Avengers weren't always good to areas. You know, sometimes they destroyed it. I feel like you didn't really give a shit. Change was gonna come, you said. Baby mama. Ooh. And Bones. Again with the detective, I think you help solve cases, especially with women. You might have even had a kid for someone, or maybe you had someone have a kid in secret because you struggled. Maybe you didn't really have your child. Maybe because you were in a position of power back in the day, and you know they didn't really take to women who couldn't produce, that you like literally maybe invented surrogacy. Bro, sis. Alright, let's talk about you now. How do people overall see your life? The First Wives Club. So somebody going through a divorce, rebuilding their life after like a shitty lover. Making something from your... Making lemonade out of them damn lemons you were tossed. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Somebody with a big important pushy family. Working girl, so somebody who's just like trying to climb the ladder or establish themselves. Split. I feel like you're going through a lot of changes, so every time people see you, there's like a different version of yourself. I don't feel like it's a bad connotation here. I just feel like you've been going through a lot of changes, and it's like this, and people are like trying to keep up, you know? I don't really feel like any bad stuff, but I like visuals. Let's talk about the happy love from your past life. If they could give you visuals about what it was like when they left for the second time and they walked away and they gave it all up and they did things for the right intentions instead of, you know, just for the betterment of their own self, what did their life end up looking like? Let's give you some hope here. Because everything's like lining up toe to toe, so this is how it could go if you have the brass to walk away a second time. I'm hearing. Only you can know what that means. Look. Skin to skin. Super spiritual. Supporting each other's emotions. Tenderness, empathy. Oh my god, skin to skin as well. You guys like to be skin to skin. Naked. Very sensual for your time, yeah. I feel like you guys maybe invented Kama Sutra. All these positions. They're kind of like Kama Sutra ones. Early, like, sensual vibes. Because remember what I said, back in the day, sex was just about reproduction. But look at you guys, though. It's like you're exploring each other. I'm not saying that people just had sex to procreate. I'm sure they, like, fucked around, you know what I mean? But I feel like maybe you guys never had this before each other, and it was like it was arranged marriage, so you would just have the person come in. It was kind of like an animal. They were just there to get you pregnant, and then you didn't see them again until the next time. You know what I mean? But not this time. This was like you guys were macking it all the time. Listening, like, look, you love this person. You cared about what they said. Looking at them like they were important. They became your everything. So cute. Again, don't get hung up on genders. I've been both genders in multiple lives that I've seen. It's just what you need to learn at what time. Sometimes you learn better as the other gender. Yeah, you guys love to kiss. Always lip locking. Public display of affection. You wore your love proudly. But you also had that friendship, though. You couldn't get enough of each other. It's like you were insatiable. Yeah. All of these are sexual. I love it though. I'm not hating it. Yeah. You stood together in purpose. You walked together. You were a support. Yeah, and you celebrated together. Your victory was their victory and vice versa. This isn't the family that you had with competition where everybody was out for everyone's head. You were out for both of you to win. That's beautiful. That's all you wanted in that life. So let's get a glimpse at if you did walk away, how's it going to look when you get out of your mess? Or if you're there together, let's get a little bit up the road for you. Or if you haven't decided, maybe this could help you make a decision by what it could be if you gave it energy. Oh my God, that like hit me right in the fucking face. Maybe this person's like literally gonna hit you right in the face. Like just come into your life like bam. Oh. So you're gonna have a second or more kids, second child or more kids with this person. But again, with the sensual, touching each other's face. So if you already have kids and you come together, I feel like your kids are going to be excited about you guys having kids. I do see this person as a good co-parent. I'm just getting blended families for some of you, or you're going to have kids in general. Oh my God, though, still touching. Still touching. It's like a hunger you guys can't fulfill. It's like you don't desire anybody else but each other, and you don't get over each other. It's like the person just gets hotter and more sexy. The vibes I'm getting. It's cute. You're going to marry this person for sure. I see it lasting. You're going to have a baby, maybe a girl. Definitely clarifying a baby here. More kids. Very happy. Still dancing together, I see. Oh my God. Still touching each other. Still kissing. This is something you carry through all your lives. That's very sweet though. Let me get a couple more. Maybe more kids, or maybe you guys didn't think you could have kids, but you're gonna have kids. It's gonna be shocking. Maybe you're older when you get together. But yeah, you can chill together. There's a strong friendship. You're very zen. Like you're not a high maintenance couple. You're not high drama. Very cool, calm, and collected. Supportive of each other. Take care of each other. Even the gross shit. Like you can genuinely be yourself. This is full comfortable. You're popping each other's zits. Okay? It doesn't get more comfortable than that. Let's get some details that might have went down in that good relationship. Maybe a little bit of advice on how to veer through some difficulties that they faced in their relationship in your past life. Support, guidance. The best thing about you coming together with your person that changed it for you is like you never knew support and guidance in a person like not in like a creepy way. This person like mothers and fathers you better than your own parent, and not like in a way, not like a creepy way. It's like they know how to nurture what you need. They listen to you, but they also turn you the fuck on too. It's like they nurture every part of you. They're very much healing to you. Whatever you need in the moment, they become it for you. But you're also that for them. I do feel like this came up in the current stuff. Like you might accidentally get pregnant and this is what launches it. Or you just genuinely didn't think you could have kids. It wasn't a part of the plan, or you get pregnant like very, very early into the relationship. Like, I'm talking maybe the first time you have sex. I'm feeling those vibes. I mean, they didn't have conception. They didn't have condoms or anything back in the day, so it makes sense. But I feel like that's a warning for this life as well. Support the fact that you guys are highly potent together, and if you want babies, great. Like, but take some time. Glove up or something. Follow the leader, getting in order, leading your class, leading your industry. It's like, yeah, you're leaders for your future. You have to come together and teach people. It's like, here you are, the teacher. All right, come on, kids. It's either teaching your collective or you're literally still working with kids. But this is something you do together. Maybe you like do a kids show together. I don't know. This person made you think about life in a way that you didn't know possible. Like, you didn't know what empathy was. You didn't know what unconditional love was. And it's going to be like that in your life, or it is like that. And they make you see all of the things that you were missing. And you had no idea you were missing it until you see this person's face. It's like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Kind of energy. Because again, this person comes in when you're not looking for it. They shake you up. This person scares the fuck balls out of you. There might be a little bit of anger. This person might call you out. This person sees through you, which is common in twins. I'm kind of getting that, like twin flame soulmate energy. This person could just see through you in a way, and no one, like, that's fucking bullshit. You're doing it because of this, and you're just like, bitch, you don't know me. But at the same time, like, damn, maybe they do. So it might have, like, had a little bit of a bad blood moment. And closure ending, but I feel like this is the karmic. Because remember, that energy kept cutting in, and I'm kind of getting that with self-love, in love. It's like you stepping away. You sit in this pondering for a long time. It's like that hermit energy of, should I leave the situation and go towards this person? And you sit there for a minute until you get to the point of, all right, I'm ready to take action and lead this new life. I'm scared to fucking death, but I'm going to see what happens. So you tell Kitty. So you tell your karmic that you're leaving, and oh, they fucking don't like it because you're going to give a love offer. So I feel like there was a lot of like war and shit that went down in the past life, and I feel like they're warning you about that as well. So let's look at this life, this current, what do you need to know about the near future to close out your reading? Manifesting abundance, money hungry, money status based. Oh, here's your karmic watching everything you fucking do. They could be after your money if you're like married to this person. They're, you know, the only way they can keep you is like holding up stuff in court. They're gonna do it. They're gonna take you for everything that you have because they just don't want to see you happy. They're also stalking your your person. If they know who this person is, I'd be careful. They're cray-cray. They might try to like creep up and hurt this person. Ooh, this karmic might try to get pregnant to keep you, or is currently pregnant, and that's like the last thing. Or if you just had a child with this person and you needed confirmation if they purposely got pregnant on purpose, even though your relationship was ending, and they swear up and down, nope, they did it on purpose. Upheaval, chaos, and disaster, begging, loss, accomplished. It's going to be very okay. It's going to be very shocking to this karmic. They're not going to think that you're ever going to leave them. Even if they're pregnant, I still see you as like, look, I'm going to take care of my child, but I don't need to be with you. And they don't see you ever walking away from them while they're pregnant. Or you get the person that you actually love pregnant. So you have to come and tell your karmic, like, look, I don't love you, I want out of this, but also I'm having a baby with this person. Let me get a clarifier. What is the upheaval? What is the chaos here? Your karmic might try to say they're pregnant and not actually be pregnant, like try to stage like a miscarriage here. Ugh. Adventure, diving deep, collaborate. Yeah. I think people in general are just going to be shocked that you're going towards somebody more accomplished, somebody more mature here. This is your Empress. You want to build with this person. This is your karmic crying about spilled milk. And for some reason, I mean, maybe it's not a baby here. This is just you just publicly announcing your new relationship. And this could be your karmic playing the victim publicly as well. But let me get some more. What is this empathy about? Confused. Ooh. So maybe there was a baby made while you were this could be your karmic figuring out, like, wait, this baby was made while we were together. You've been with this person. They could be figuring out that maybe you guys had an affair. If that's true, take it. If not, drop it. Or this is maybe somebody finding out that a child isn't really theirs. Like the karmic could have lied about who they got pregnant with. You could be discovering, hello baby, what are you doing? This is Gaia, by the way. She comes up every once in a while. Am I on the money? You come on the money one. Hey, don't bite me. This is her love language. I don't get it. This is the one we found in the wild. And she has to grab my finger and bite me, but not hard. But that's her love language. Like, look. Like, look. Why? It's so weird. I love you, though. E.T. phone home? E.T. phone home? Okay, can we finish our reading and then it's not even close. You have an hour until feeding time, lady. Why do you have dandruff on you? You're that hungry that you want to eat my finger? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. She usually doesn't let me touch her this long. Gaia, do you have a message for us? You never come up here and you're never this active. I haven't seen you up here in weeks. And she's biting my finger. It doesn't hurt. She does it very sweetly. Ow, that one hurt. Your back teeth, these are Sharpie. She gets into it. I don't know. That's how she says I love you. She likes pain a little. She's a dom. Huh. Are you a dommer? I bet you are. You own it out there like a boss. That's why I named you Gaia. She straight slapped a mouse to death in front of me. Just sitting there. And a mouse can't, like a field mouse, and she was like, bah! Looked at me, put her paw on it, like, are you hungry? That's where she got her name, Giza. Gaia. I call her Giza. Leaning Tower of Giza. I can't. Can I finish my reading on top of you? Would that be okay? She's like laying on my cards, slowly pushing them. Oh my God, you are so hungry. You only get this pushy when you're hungry, but you have an hour, my friend. Ow. Alright, let's close out your reading. Crazy pants. Learning wisdom, going to school, leveling up. Yeah. This person and you coming together, you spiritually awaken, but it's like you learn a lot just by, like, learning about each other's lives and seeing each other's perspective. And by both of you oh my God, cat hair everywhere. Both of you coming together and having those two perspectives, it's like you do something amazing together. Factual, frosty, emotionless. Do you feel better? Look at this. Can I finish my reading? You are being a karmic. Yeah. Are we having a temper tantrum, guys? Why? I'm gonna put this right on your butt. What are you doing? Oh, she feels bad. She's trying to catch him. She was like, I didn't mean for them to fall. It's okay, boo-boo. Just stay down there, okay? Good grief. They're like kids. Oh my God, there could be a public display of affection here. Or you do something publicly. Maybe you're in the public eye. Could be social media stars here. Anything else we need to know about the future? Laughing off the haterade. Don't worry about that, karmic. Your person's gonna be like, fuck that bitch. Secret lover or crush, starting a new chapter. Yeah, you're going towards your secret crush here. Or someone could perhaps be coming to you. And if you have a no secret crush, or this is about to happen. Yeah, what you're manifesting is going to happen. That's confirmation. Luck is on your side. You're going to get everything that you want. Boo. Boos. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Pick love. I feel like overall your past self is like, love is all that matters. I picked for money. I picked to better my life, and it ended up shitty. So just, go through the fight once and pick for love. And if you did pick wrong, it's okay, because I picked wrong and I did it again, and you can do it again too. Whatever is true for you, take it, leave the rest. I hope this was helpful. And if you want more past life therapies like this, let me know by hitting the like button below. Talk to me in the comments. And I tomorrow want to go out and do some readings in nature, but it's probably going to be a little bit cold. However, I want to find a cool place to do a connect to our departed loved one skybar confessions outside in nature during the day, because I haven't done that yet. And we'll see what kind of vibes hit for that. And if the weather's good, I'll drive to a few places and get some readings in. So, if it's raining and crappy, I'm going to try to find a place that I can still film outside. I like the sound of rain without getting soaked. Alright, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for sticking with me through this cat situation at the end. We would have finished a little bit earlier. Have a good weekend. If you don't watch any of my other videos, I will be putting up my pilot for my new podcast called Talks with Lizzie. I will be posting them in the comments, or I will be posting them linked into the posts, like written posts here on my channel. I'll be putting it on my YouTube. I'll be putting it on my channel. I'll be putting it on all of my socials, so you have access to it. Yeah, so I put up a little bit of a sound, I think it's like 18 minutes, a chat about all the stuff that's coming up and what I'm thinking about, and some other stuff, just to see if you can stand my voice and listening to it. All my podcasts are going to be 30 minutes or less, and they're going to have topics. So you can decide which ones you want to pass and which ones you want to listen to by the title of each. And my pilot this weekend is going to be about changes within ourselves as we age, and how sometimes it can make us lose our moral compass, lose our sense of self. Maybe we lose our self-love, or we lose connection with other people in our life because we're changing and they just don't seem to jive with the new changes. So I'm going to get into that. I did already film that podcast, and my friends accidentally dubbed over the sound, so I have to reshoot that. So at some point this weekend, when I can squeeze it in, I will definitely be putting that up. Again, it's a pilot. It's not a technical episode. I just wanted to give you a teaser at what is starting next week. I'm going to try to be doing these. I am going to do another series over the summer once it's really solid and warm, and on the weekends when I drive to some really cool places, I'm going to try to get a GoPro so I can film when I'm hiking around. It's not like you're watching me, but you're watching around me. And I'm going to do a walk and a talk with Lizzie over the summer, and still do these talks with Lizzie. I'm starting my podcast empire. I'm definitely launching TikTok by the end of the summer for shorts and stuff like that. I'm just not very good at shorts, so I've been practicing low-key by myself with a timer. I'm not there yet. I gotta work on it. So that's my summer goal, by my birthday, to have like an official, Lounge with Lizzie Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the socials, and have my podcast up and some other things that pop into my head. I'm just gonna keep creating, keep putting content, and hope that it works out. I find my life purpose in it all, and I go on a new journey, because that's what it's all about. I'm just playing with myself, and not sexually, perverts, spiritually. However, no shame, I sometimes do. I've been celibate for 2 years, as far as sex with other people, but I'm not fully celibate. However, I have very little sex drive these days, because it's been so long. It's meh, why? Who cares? But I'm human, I feel like people need to get real about sex. I'm sick of listening to people I don't do that stuff. Yeah, you do. Everybody does that stuff. Be real. Jesus. I love you. I'll see you soon. Said that 8 times. Toodaloo, boo-boo. I love you. Deuces. I don't know what this is. My horns. Just kidding. I don't fucking have those. I have wings. Dear God, make me a bird. Make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here. For real. It's preferably somewhere warm with a beautiful beach.